Hello everyone, welcome back to the POPSICLE KNIGHT channel. My name is Joseph and today I'll be showcasing Zamazenta Amazing Rare from Vivid Voltage. But before that, I want to first thank you for taking the time out of your day to check out this video. Please click the like button if you like this video, hit that thumbs down if you don't. Either way, it actually helps me out in getting this video to more viewers like you. And please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and feel free to share this content. So let's get started. In my Amazing Rare ranking video, I did put Zamazenta second only to Jirachi because of all the modifications and support that come with fighting type Pokemon. But we'll see if Zamazenta really deserves that number 2 spot amongst the Amazing Rares. Zamazenta is a fighting type which can dominate against Pikachu and Zekrom tag team and Eternatus VMAX builds because it is hitting for weakness. Unfortunately, the Amazing Rares have very poor HP with only 110 HP. It's very easy to get KO'd. But since Zamazenta is a basic non-GX, I'll be utilizing the Cape of Toughness to add 50 to its HP, increasing it to 160 HP. Zamazenta has 2 attacks. The first one is Metal Armament. For 1 colorless energy, it will do 30 base damage, after which you can attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So if you discard an energy, you can fully energize Zamazenta's second attack in just 2 turns with the help of this attack. Its second attack will be our focus though. Now, as you all know, the energy requirement for these Amazing Rares are really difficult to work with. For 1 lightning, 1 fighting, and 1 metal energy, Amazing Shield will do 180 base damage, and Zamazenta becomes immune to any damage from any attacks from a VMAX Pokemon during your opponent's turn. The effect sounds good, but the downside to that effect is that not everyone plays VMAX Pokemon, or players don't build decks that only have VMAXs as an attacker. There's a lot of GX tag teams or powerful V Pokemon that complement each other, and your opponent will likely just use those Pokemon to KO Zamazenta. I played so many games just to find VMAXs to use Zamazenta as a counter, but it's just not as common. Again, the challenge is getting these odd combinations of energy on Zamazenta to get it attacking. So to help with that, first we can use Tapu Koko Prism Star. Its ability Dance of the Ancients lets you attach lightning energy cards from your discard pile to 2 of your benched Pokemon. Next up is Victini with the Victory Sign attack. While we are going outside the norm to just use energies similar to our Zamazenta, because Victini does have to use fire energy to use this attack, it is still very good at energizing Zamazenta because Victory Sign allows you to search 2 basic energy cards of different types and you can attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So I've included 2 fire energies in this deck, but the Aurora energies will be helpful to energize this attack as well if you have no other options. And since we are working with a fighting type Pokemon, B is a good addition as a trainer support. With this card, you discard the top 5 cards of your deck, and any energy you discard this way, you can instead attach those energies to your bench fighting type Pokemon. I do have to warn you that this is not always successful. You sometimes just end up discarding 5 cards with no energy. But if you do end up getting lots of energy, the setup process for Zamazenta becomes very easy, and you can even start attacking as early as your first turn going second. And I also added a full set of Turbo Patch. With a coin flip, if you get heads, you can attach a basic energy from your discard pile to your basic non-GX Pokemon. Now, Zamazenta is not very bulky at all. I have chosen Rhyperior V as a secondary attacker for this build, mainly because the energy requirements for its attacks only requires 1 fighting energy and the rest are colorless. And it fits in nicely with this Zamazenta Amazing Rare build because of all the odd energies we have to use. Rhyperior V is not as picky with its energy requirements. It has 230 HP and you can also use Cape of Toughness to increase its HP to 280. And it has 2 attacks. The first one is Drill Run. For 1 fighting and 2 colorless, you do 80 base damage, and you discard 1 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. This is really nice to disrupt and can potentially help us to stall to continue our setup with Zamazenta. Its second attack is also very powerful. For 1 fighting and 3 colorless, Heavy Rock Artillery will do 210 base damage. However, you can't use this attack the next turn. As for consistency, I will be using Gourmandise Snorlax. While it ends your turn, its ability allows you to draw cards until you have 7 in your hand. I'm also using Dark Acid Crobat V. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you can draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. Next is the Dedenne-GX. When you play this from your hand to your bench, you discard your hand and draw 6 cards. And then after using these 2, you can even use Giovanni's Exile support to discard Crobat or Dedenne from your bench to free up some space and to remove liability. And the other cards worth noting in this build are Energy Switch, so we can move energy around from Rhyperior to Zamazenta, for example. And then we also have 3 copies of Martial Arts Dojo, which is a really nice addition to fighting decks to increase attack damage from 10 or 40 depending on if you're behind on prizes. I also have 1 copy of Brock's Grid. This one can get us up to 6 Pokemon or energy in any combination back to our deck. As for energy, I did include 3 Stone Energies in this build to potentially increase defense to our Zamazenta or Rhyperior V. And that's pretty much it. The deck list will be in the description below. I'll do a recap of the pros and cons for Zamazenta Amazing Rare at the end of this video. But enough talk, let's have some fun and see some gameplay. Alright, so let's try and go first. Cool. Yeah, I like going first with this one. We got 2 Zamazentas all set up. We'll put 1 in the active and 1 in the bench. The reason being is that because we do have this really odd requirement of energies, that extra turn, even when you go first, actually really helps out. So I do prefer going first with any Amazing Rare that I actually play. But yeah, so we're up against grass type here. I've been playing so many games already, just trying to test this out. So we're up against a Rillaboom VMAX deck. So we'll put the Viridian Forest, get rid of the lightning, and then we're just gonna get another metal energy, and we're gonna get I think we need fighting so that we can complete our set. And the reason why I discarded the lightning, because we do have Tapu Koko in our deck, so that will potentially help us to get that lightning energy into play. So with Rillaboom VMAX, unless our opponent realizes what Zamazenta can do, and if they do evolve into a VMAX, that's the thing. With Zamazenta, okay, so they are using a tag team as well, so that's another downside to Zamazenta's attack. So what we could do is use metal armament here and get that lightning energy onto Zamazenta actually. So we are seeing that first attack in play. They do attach 1 energy on that Butterfree. Alright, they're gonna poison. We do have a switch, so we can switch him out of that confusion. We can't attack right now, and we can't retreat. What I could do is throw that out, get a lightning energy, put 1 switch, and then what I could do is attack and get that metal energy onto this Zamazenta. And then this Butterfree is actually in knockout range. We can even retreat with this Zamazenta even if they confuse it. We can hit for 180 and then knock it out. And then they do evolve into a Rillaboom VMAX, so unless they use the tag team, that VMAX attack will not be able to knock us out in the next turn, while we do knock out this Butterfree V. So even with the VMAXs, actually, that's the thing. Our opponent can opt out not to evolve into a VMAX, and so they can still attack with their V and still knock out Zamazenta because it only has 110 HP. So I think what we're gonna do here is just retreat, and then we're gonna knock out this Butterfree. Let me replace the Viridian Forest and get a metal energy from our discard, and we can knock out this Butterfree. Amazing shield. We do get a stone energy and a scoop up net. Okay, so now they can invest energy. They do put the Rillaboom VMAX in the active, so I guess they're planning to attack with it, but if they don't realize it, they're not gonna be able to damage And there it is. That's the effect of Amazing Shield. So I'm gonna put this Stone Energy. This is only has 170 HP, so we can actually knock it out. But you know, our opponent's gonna scoop. GG's. So that was a really nice quick demonstration of Zamazenta. Alright, on to our next match. We lose the coin flip, and we are gonna go second. We're up against a dark deck. We will put these two Zamazentas in play. We have the Dedenne-GX. We can attach the one energy, the Stone Energy, and we can use probably the Dedenne to discard these two lightning energies. That'll set us up for Tapu Koko. Hopefully we do have it in the deck and it's not priced. Otherwise we would have wasted it. But you know what? The metal armament actually is pretty nice, because even with just the one energy, we can get those energies back into play and attach it to our Zamazenta. And we have Martial Arts Dojo Stadium that we could use to increase attack. So I did see a lot of rows in that mulligan. So I'm guessing that we are up against the VMAX here. So let's get that free card. We do get a Rhyperior V, which is really good. Okay, we are up against Grimmsnarl VMAX build. So unless they have a lot of energies to put on Grimmsnarl with the help of maybe Hydreigon, then we might be in for a treat, but we'll see. Alright, they're gonna use Evolution Incense, and would you know it, they got a Grimmsnarl VMAX out of that. But you know what, the difficulty with this is that our Zamazenta is not set up yet. We can play the dojo, and yeah, I'll just discard everything, even the support card. Ooh, we do get a B. We could play that. And then we got the Tapu Koko, which is really good. But I think I'm gonna play the Turbo Patch actually. We got one. Let's play another one. We don't get the other one. Okay. And then I'm gonna play B. Oh, we got some energies. Alright, we got one metal energy off of the 5. And I'm gonna use Dance of the Ancients to get this on our Zamazenta. And then I'm just gonna use metal armament here. We need a metal energy, or maybe like an energy switch to get that energy to our active, maybe. That way we can hit for the full 180 damage. So we are 10 damage short. Okay. They need one more energy. I don't think they can attack right now, because they just attached an energy. You know, I've tweaked this build so many times just to make it very consistent, and this has been the most consistent build for me actually. You can see how fast we build up our energy in just a turn or two, and we can start attacking with Zamazenta, which is really nice. Oh, we can play this one. We can use this energy and use Crobat to get more cards on our hand. And I'm just gonna switch, and we can start attacking for 180 damage. 190, my bad. Because we do have a basic fighting energy, and that dojo will increase it by 10. So even if they are able to attach an energy on this Grimmsnarl VMAX, we are immune to its attack damage. So we're looking good so far. See, the only thing is, if our opponent finds a way to get like the Hydreigon to energize, they can use just the regular Grimmsnarl V to start attacking our Zamazenta, and that could potentially just win them the game. because Zamazenta is not very strong. It has a very low HP, and the Grimmsnarl V can hit for about 200. So, and they're very persistent though. They are gonna keep evolving into VMAX. So I'm not sure if they're reading the effect of my attack. So I don't know. But you know what? Sometimes I'm like that. I would just play and not even look at, you know, what my opponent's doing, which is a really bad habit. But we were able to knock out that Grimmsnarl VMAX, and we got 3 prize card for that. And we got a metal energy actually to energize our second Zamazenta in the bench. And so even if they knock out this Zamazenta and are active, we can we have another attacker in the bench. Okay, they're gonna use a Zigzagoon. Yeah, and that's what I mean with Grimmsnarl VMAX. Grimmsnarl VMAX can be very powerful actually. It hits for 270 with 5 energies attached to it. 5 dark energy. But the thing is, getting those energies set up is the difficult, because with Eternatus VMAX, all you have to do is put Pokemon in the bench, which can be very easy. So let's attach this metal energy. I'm just gonna switch it because we are confused, and I'm just gonna attack. Amazing Shield for 180. But yeah, Grimmsnarl VMAX can be very good, but the setup of energy is the challenge of it. For me, I can compare Grimmsnarl VMAX to how powerful Eternatus can be. But you know what? Eternatus, you can expand your bench, which you can actually play a lot more Pokemon, different types of Pokemon that can help you along the way. That's the only thing. But with Grimmsnarl, it's pretty straightforward. Just need something to energize it. And if you do, you hit for 270 many times. So we're just gonna use this energy spinner to get lightning so that we can energize our third Zamazenta. And we're just gonna attack to get another prize card for this. And if we get a boss's order or something, we can just finish off the one Grimmsnarl in their bench, and we can be on our way. So this is not really much of a matchup for us, but at least it's demonstrating the power that Zamazenta can have. And we also were able to demonstrate using B that one time that only get us 1 energy. So just watch out for B. It can be useful sometimes depending on your RNG if you get a lot of energies on your deck. So just watch out for that. And I'm just gonna use Marnie here. Yeah. But basically we just win the game. We could just knock this guy out. But again, for science, just to demonstrate how fast we can energize. And see, now we have our third Zamazenta all set up. Knock this Grimmsnarl V for the win, getting us to our last 2 prize cards, which are 2 Bs. Alright, GG's to our opponent. Alright, so let's get in another game, I guess. Let's go first. Let's see what we got here. We got Snorlax. Alright, that's a good start. Got Snorlax, we got Victini. We got a quick ball. I think I'm gonna start with Victini this time around. And oh, we got a Zamazenta. Okay, cool. And then we can use this Aurora Energy, get rid of this, and then maybe get Lightning Energy, use the quick ball, get rid of the lightning, and we can get Tapu Koko all set up. And then yeah, on our next turn we can use Professor's Research. We can energize Zamazenta using Victini's Victory Sign, and finishing it off with Tapu Koko on the turn after that, which will get us which will get our Zamazenta all set up. So we are up against Spiritomb Donphan deck. So we're up against a one prizer build here. Like I said, VMAX Pokemon decks are, I don't know, they're just so hard to find nowadays. So being able to showcase Zamazenta against VMAX, very rare actually. So I'm just gonna use, I'm gonna put another Zamazenta and another Victini bench. Use this patch, no good. I mean, I think I'm just gonna use Victory Sign here, and we need fighting and one lightning energy, and then we can attach it to our one Zamazenta. Let's see, or I can put it on the other one. No, I'll just put it all on the one. So we can retreat with Victini, attach the metal energy on the other Zamazenta, use Tapu Koko to put the lightning, and then we'll just need a fighting energy to finish it off on our next, on the turn after that. So we have one attacker all set up already. So with Donphan, it's definitely gonna knock out our Zamazenta unless we can get our Cape of Toughness. We can survive at least one attack with Zamazenta. Okay, they have another Spiritomb, and they are using Cape of Toughness on Spiritomb, so it's gonna hit for a lot. We could use Rhyperior V. We could actually use Rhyperior V in this matchup. That will help us out. They are using minimal energy for sure, because I know with the Donphan they only require one energy, and Spiritomb only one. So for sure they are using minimal energy on their build. Okay, they do Marnie, and then we do get a B, so that can help us energize our Zamazenta. Once we use our Tapu Koko, that will empty up a room on our bench, allowing us to play another Zamazenta. So they're continuing to build up their damage on their Spiritomb, and yeah, Anguish Cry. They're hitting for 70 with the tube damage. So we can promote our Zamazenta Amazing Rare here. We do get a Rhyperior V actually, and I think I'm gonna play that instead of the other Zamazenta, and I'm gonna use B. Hopefully we get something. We do not. I'm just gonna Amazing Shield here, so that effect doesn't do anything because we are not up against VMAX attack. And you know what, with B, I played B in other decks actually, and that's always been the case with B, you know, because a lot of the higher tier decks, you don't really use a lot of energies in your deck. Like the theme decks, they use like 20 energies. That I can see where B can be very useful. But with the higher tier decks, where a lot goes into trainer cards for consistency and things like that, you're looking at maybe 12 or less energies in a deck. And with that, even with this Amazing Rare deck where we need a lot of energy, B just doesn't do a lot, you know. It really depends on, I guess, RNG, what's on your top deck and things like that. But every time I use B, I just either get one or two, you know, one or two energies from the top deck, and that's usually what it gets me. And it just I don't know, we're just gonna have to experiment more, I guess, on the type of build where we use B, maybe more on a fighting theme deck where it doesn't require a lot of different energies like this Zamazenta. So we'll see, but at least from my experience with B, it hasn't been very useful for the most part. I do get cases where I do get a lot of energies, but it's very, very seldom that I get that. So with their Donphan, they were able to knock out our Zamazenta, and I think it's fair to use Dance of the Ancients now that we have 2 lightning energies, and we're just gonna use it on Rhyperior and our other Zamazenta. And I'm gonna use a Stone Energy on Rhyperior V here, and we can energy switch and start attacking with Rhyperior actually. Let's see. We can use Marnie and disrupt their hand for sure. But for now, I think I'm gonna use Cynthia and Caitlyn. Get rid of the Crobat. Get another B. We'll give it another shot. Maybe we can, or you know what? We could get Brock's Grit, but we'll get B. Give it another shot. We'll use this patch. That doesn't do us any good. Here, I'm gonna energy switch the lightning energy, scoop up net, and I'm gonna start attacking with Rhyperior V. No, you know what? We'll keep it empty, and I'll just remove that 1 energy on Donphan. Again, I'm pretty sure our opponent is using minimal energy, so the likelihood that they will get another energy is very slim. But if they do, we will only get 100 damage because we do have the Stone Energy on Rhyperior V, and we are hitting more damage because we have the dojo, and our opponent has gotten more prize cards, and we have more prize card than our opponent, so our damage is slightly more increased than our opponent. So but that Stone Energy actually doesn't apply. We need a basic fighting energy to increase our attack. I always forget that you need the basic fighting energy for that dojo to take effect in increasing your fighting Pokemon's attack. So that's why Rhyperior V was only able to do 80 damage with a drill run. But still, that we were able to remove that 1 energy, and like I said, they're only gonna be doing 100 damage on Rhyperior V. They're gonna Marnie us. We have to start. Okay. Scoop up net. Or are they gonna scoop up? They're gonna scoop up Jirachi so that they can use another Spiritomb, Earthquake, 100 damage, and they're gonna do 20 damage to their bench. Let's use Turbo Patch. We still didn't get anything. Put this lighting energy on Zamazenta, and I wanna just put Rhyperior there, and I'm gonna knock out this Donphan, getting us another prize card. We do get another B, which can potentially help us in our next turn. Potentially. Alright, so they're gonna promote Spiritomb. This Runerigas though, spreading spite. So it'll do 20 damage for each damage counter on it. So with its damage counter right now 5, so it'll do 100 damage. Still won't be able to knock out any of our Pokemon. If they add another one, they can only knock out 1 maybe. But still, you just gotta watch out for that. So for the meantime, our opponent is using Quick Ball, and they're gonna get another Jirachi. I thought they had one on their hand already. Okay, Anguish Cry. I don't know if this Spiritomb is able to knock out our Rhyperior V. Okay. They're gonna use Jinx to add another damage counter on their Runerigus. So they're gonna get, if they knock out this Rhyperior V, they're gonna get 2 prize card. But all we have to do is, we have to go through 3 of their attackers right now, because they have 2 Spiritombs and 1 Runerigus. Okay, they're gonna use Pokecom. They have Heracross. That's okay, we're not using any GX attack. Alright, so they pass it on to us. They don't have any energy. So let's try B. Okay, we get Fighting Energy. Put there. Fire Energy. And a Metal Energy will go on our Zamazenta. So we're just gonna drill run here for the knockout. We get another card for that. So we got 3 more prizes to go. So not bad. Rhyperior V has been really good supporting attacker, being able to tank a lot of hits and disrupting our opponent, actually removing their energy. So with 4 damage counter, I think it's gonna do 140 damage right now, but we should still be able to survive. Should still be able to, even with 160 damage, if they add another damage counter on this Spiritomb, we should be able to survive another attack, because we have the Cape of Toughness on Rhyperior V. Alright, Building Sprite and Anguish Cry, 140 damage, still not able to knock out. And we also have the Stone Energy, I forgot, that will decrease damage, so that's good. Drill Run, knocking out the Spiritomb, we get another prize card for that. So we need just 1 more, actually. We could even if we have a boss order, we could just knock out that Oricorio. You know, with that Cape of Toughness, Zamazenta should be able to survive Runerigus' attack. They can knock out this Rhyperior V. So Runerigus can spread the damage. So it's doing 140 damage. That's a 14 damage counter to our Pokemon in any way they want. So what they could do is knock out the Rhyperior V in our active, and then spread the damage maybe to Victini and some more on Zamazenta. But that's okay, because if they do knock out those 2, they get 3 prizes for that, and we can just knock it out with Zamazenta. So anyways, our opponent scoops, so GG's to our opponent. Zamazenta Amazing Rare is pretty powerful with 2 attacks, one allowing it to energize itself, and the other attack can do 180 damage while making itself immune to VMAX damage. And because Zamazenta is a fighting type, it can go against tier 1 decks that are weak to fighting, like Pikarom Tag Team and Eternatus VMAX. And fighting type Pokemon have so many cards to make it even stronger, such as the Martial Arts Dojo Stadium that can increase attack, the B support card, which can potentially energize your fighting type Pokemon really fast, and the Stone Energy, which helps decrease damage taken from your opponent's attacks. With these, Zamazenta has so much potential. However, not everyone plays VMAX Pokemon, so the effect of its second attack can be useless in most matchups. It's just very circumstantial. And to add to that, you have to build up your energy and successfully attack before it can be immune to VMAX damage. And besides that, Zamazenta V is the more optimal choice for blocking VMAX Pokemon anyways. And of course, as with all amazing rares, its attack cost is just really difficult to work with. There's a lot of fighting type Pokemon that can do substantial amount of damage for just 1 energy. so I don't see why anyone wouldn't just want to use those Pokemon instead of Zamazenta. Overall though, I did enjoy the challenge of making a standalone deck for Zamazenta Amazing Rare. Zamazenta is very powerful, but the difficulty level for this build is extremely high, so I honestly would not recommend it. But if you're up for a challenge and for some fun, you can definitely try this out. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.